called. All right, we're gonna start the stream. There's various topics: World War III, Jacob's trouble, and the sea hip, the charagma, the grain of rice, the spiritual awe that the rulers of this kingdom is gonna try to use as a yoke on the people. But I'm gonna start it off with let me pull up my Bible. Start off with Revelations chapter 19. This Revelation 19 and 10, it says, "And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am your fellow servant, and of your brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua." Now, Salakia. I'm moving too fast. Let me first give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, and Kakadash. Yahweh been the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shah been the name of his only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm going to get back into Revelation 19 and 10. It says, I am a fellow servant of your fellow servant and of your brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua, worship the Most High. For the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. So if you're not going back into the prophets and using those prophecies, you is totally going off. You're not bringing forth the testimony of Yahushua. Now, what did the prophets do? It's Jeremiah 28 and 8. It says, "And the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence." See, the great kingdom that's being prophesied about is Babylon the Great America, because it has a American empire, which the whole world is using the currency of America as their reserve currency. Now, the prophets, we know them the children of Israel, and we prophesying against of war. That's why Yahushua, let's get that. Matthew 24, starting at verse 6. It says, this Yahushua is talking about the end of the world, the end of this kingdom. He says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." So this is what the Yahushua was saying was going to come. He was giving prophecies about what was going to happen at the end of the world, and that it was going to be wars. Verse 7, he says, this is Matthew 24 and 7, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." That's where you got nation rising up against nation. During Jacob's trouble, you're going to have all these nations, especially in Babylon, fighting against each other. And then it's saying kingdom against kingdom. You're going to have the kingdom that's ruling, they're going to be fighting against each other. Because there's only one ruling kingdom. That's the kingdom of the Edomites. It says, "And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." Okay. Well, let me get my umbrella. So this rain about to start falling fast, so let me get my key point. Now, Job 9 and 24 tells you who is running the kingdom. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? See, it's only one nation that is considered to be the wicked. Malachi 1 and 4. Let's identify this wicked nation first. It says, whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus says the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. And the people, meaning the whole nation, against who the Lord have indignation forever. So this is what Apostle Paul was talking about in Romans 9 and 13. He says, as it is written in Malachi, there was a wicked on the earth, a wicked nation. It says, Jacob have I loved. This was the nation that the Lord chose out of all the heathens, or all the nations, I would say. It says, but Esau have I hated, meaning he got a wicked nation, and these are the people that's controlling the earth. And so when you go back to Job, it's a specific nation he's talking about. So Job 9 and 24, it said, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So if it wasn't during the Renaissance time with Caesar Borgia and Alexander the Sixth, the Pope of Rome and the Catholic Church, if he wasn't the one to put up false images of the judges, because Yahushua is the ultimate judge, plus his nation. See, Jacob, whole nation is the judges. See, and this is what he did. And it's only one group of people that's doing that on the earth. See, who was the Catholic Church? It was a bunch of Edomites. That's who the Catholic Church was. It was a bunch of Edomites who was covering over the faces of the judges thereof. Now let's get King David, because King David identified them as the wicked. Let's see here. I'm going to start with Psalm 52 to identify, because he named them in his writings at the beginning. This Psalm 52, it says, Psalm of David, who Doeg the Edomite came and told Saul and said unto him, he told him a bold-faced lie. So he's pretty much bringing out that these Edomites, when they killed the 80 priests, they was a wicked nation. Verse 2, he's going to break down how they operate. He said, your tongue devises mischief like a sharp razor, working deceitfully. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather to speak righteousness. Lying rather than to speak righteousness. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. So he's saying these Edomites love to tell a lie, man. They love all lying words. This is what they love to do. Okay? So he set a foundation when it came to these Edomites. And he, in verse 58, he called them the wicked. This Psalm 58 and 3, he says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. See, this is the nation that's speaking lies, and that's lying all the time. Okay. Then Let's get some more on this nation. Let's see here. He says, let's get some more. Oh, Psalms, I think Psalms 10. He really went into some detail and started breaking down this nation that he's talking about. He says, verse 10, I'm going to start at verse 1. He said, why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hide thou thyself in time of trouble? See, during Jacob's trouble, he gonna hide himself from wicked Negroes. See, from wicked Israelites that want to follow this nation of Edom. Verse 2, he said, the wicked in his pride do persecute the poor. See, they're going to be persecuting the poor during Jacob's trouble. This is what that great tribulation Yahushua was talking about in Matthew 24. He says, let them be taken in the device that they have imagined. So they was trying to create and race to having this bomb. If they on that movie Oppenheimer, the Russians and the Americans, they were trying to, and the Nazis, they was all trying to race and see who could make this atomic bomb or this hydrogen bomb. And so you had Oppenheimer. He was gathering all his peoples and experts and scientists and people that was experts in making bombs and engineering and everything. He was gathering them up so they can make this bomb. And see, while he was doing so, he was reading this book, and he said that he was going to be the destroyer of worlds, meaning he going to destroy all kind of worlds that with this atomic bomb. And they were so scared that this bomb was going to blow up everything. They said, all right, Oppenheimer, please don't blow up everything with this bomb, because he was creating something that never seen before, and they was planning on dropping it on the Japanese. But it's going to end up being their destruction. It's going to be the device that's going to destroy their kingdom. In World War III, this was this World War III situation is all about. Now, let me go further on this Psalms chapter 10, verse 3. It say, for the wicked boast of his heart's desire, and bless the covetous who the Lord abhor. So they be blessing these people that be want to do wickedness. That's why they pay these rappers all this money to push this fifth on the radio and on their CDs and on their YouTube page. Sexy Red and who the other one? Cardi B and what's the other one? I forget this girl's name. The one talking about some booty hole and all this crap. See, they push all that. The wicked Amalek, these Edomites, they pay these people all kind of money to push this crap. See, and the Lord abhor these people. That's why they went and got Easy-E when they started this gangster rap. See, the so-called small hat man, he gonna find a drug dealer with a whole trap house and help him start promoting this wicked behind music. Now verse 4, he says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after God. God is not in all his thoughts. See, this is what they don't understand. That the Lord is pretty much against the wicked. He is against these Edomites, and he's not dealing with they behind. They're not even focusing on what he want people to do. Let me get this Psalms 50. Because this is why they the most wickedest nation in the world. But people don't know the Lord, so they don't know. They can't identify these people. This Psalms 50 and 16, it say, but unto the wicked, God said, meaning to these Edomites. It says, what have you to do to declare my statutes, or that thou should take my covenant in your mouth? So you got all these religions that was made by the so-called white man, the slave master, Jehovah's Witness, Baptist, Pentecostal, all these things was philosophies that sprung off of the Roman Catholic Church philosophy, which they was a bunch of devils starting colonization and slavery. You see, so how these people following these folks' religion and believing the crap coming out of their mouth, and the Lord say, what do you got to do? Why you got my words in your mouth? Look at verse 17. He says, seeing thou have hated instruction. See, they hate to follow the laws. See, they're not pushing, follow the laws of Moses. We got a bunch of churches trying to tell people to follow the laws of Moses. Stop eating pig, crabs, and lobsters and abominable foods. You got to stop doing that. The Lord said they are abominable and they filthy. Nope. They sit around and promote the crap and try to say some the Lord undid away with his dietary law. It says, this Psalms 50 and 17, seeing thou hatest instruction and cast my words behind thee. So this is what these Edomites do, man. They cast the Lord's words behind them, and they don't follow the Lord. Now let me get Micah. Now Micah is about the Edomites. Habakkuk is about the Edomites. See, all of these books was just the Lord elaborating on the wicked. This is Micah chapter 2 verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity. See, they plan on how to trap you up where you don't have to do that law. See, they trying to go in there and twist all kind of scriptures. See, the scripture talking about it ain't you can eat clean meat, because you have people out there saying don't eat meat at all. So the scripture is trying to explain you can eat clean meat as long as you pray over it. See? But they gonna twist that and try to say you can't eat you can eat anything you wanna eat. You wasn't talking about unclean meat. Now this Micah 2 and 1, it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. That's why he said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Because now these Edomites, they got power over the world, and they got the power to dictate what's going on. They got the power to practice their wicked devices and invention. This song, Proverbs 2 and it's not Proverbs, Salaki. This Micah 2 and verse 2. It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence. See, they the one going around invading people's land. Like this one guy, he said the white man can invade anybody's land, murdering and killing people, and ain't nothing nobody can do about it. See, and he was an Edomite telling other people this crap. Because they was trying to have a conversation talking about Obama got some power. He was like, man, ain't no Negro got no power, man. The so-called white man, this is his world, and he can go into any nation and kill up any amount of people, and ain't nothing nobody can do about it. And this is what the scriptures is saying about Edom, because it ain't no such thing as a white man. See, they red. You can see the blood you can see the blood through their skin. All right, this Micah 2 and 2 is saying they covet fields and they take them by violence, and houses they take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. So this is what's going on. These Edomites, they the ones oppressing everybody. Now let's get it out of 2nd Ezra 11. Now, when you look at the currency that they have, they always have an eagle on their currency. When you go back to Greece, they got an eagle on their currency. The Romans had an eagle on their currency. You had even where they original homeland, Petra, where they were living in the mountain, they had an eagle on top of the mount or connected to the mountain. America got the eagle, Germany got the eagle, France got the eagle, Spain got the eagle. See, Russia got the eagle. All these places got the eagle because in the scriptures, Edom was going to be known by this eagle. The 2nd Ezra 11, it say, verse 1. Then saw I a dream, and behold, there came up from the sea an eagle, which have 12 feathered wings and 3 heads. Okay, now what was let me jump down to verse 5. It say, moreover, I beheld, and lo, the eagle flew with her feathers and reigned upon the earth. See, that's Babylon the Great. Say it's reigning over the kings of the earth. And that's to show you that the eagle represents the Edomites, and that's who's running Babylon the Great. It says, and reigned upon the earth and over them that dwell therein. That also goes along with Revelation and the beast and the red dragon. See, the beast is said in Revelation 13 and 7 that the beast reigned over all kindreds, tongues, and nations. And they worship the beast, meaning they give homage to the so-called white man. Now let's see what this eagle, this beast, is doing on the earth. I'm gonna jump right into it in verse 40. This 2nd Ezra 11 and 40. It says, and the 4th came and overcame all the beasts that were past, meaning all of these kingdoms or nations that was ruling. It says, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. See, the Edomite, they go on everybody's land and then they oppress everybody. It says, and so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. So now he's a liar. See, everything he says is a lie. You had that FBI director, William Casey. William Casey say, when our plan goes through, everything that the American people believe is going to be a lie. See, that's when we know our plan and our program is working. Because that's what they do. They tell a bunch of lies. He says, this 2nd Ezra 11 and 41, for the earth have thou not judged with truth, for thou have afflicted the meek. The meek is talking about the Israelites. Thou have hurt the peaceable. Thou have loved liars. See, because this is what they do, man. They love lying, and they stick together. They are unified in their lives. It says, and destroyeth the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and have cast down the walls of such as did them no harm. See, nobody was going around messing with the so-called white man. He was jumping in his airplane, jumping in his ships. What you got, the battleship, the submarine. He jumping in all these vehicles and going to harass everybody on earth. So that's in multiple places. Now Daniel and Ezra was saying the same thing. Daniel chapter 7. Let's get precept upon precept, here a little and there a little. This Daniel 7 and 23 say, thus says the Lord, The fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth. See? Which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it into pieces. See, that's what they doing. That American dollar is the reserve currency for the whole earth. So they are oppressing everybody's dollar. Everybody's currency is being oppressed and depressed. See, and they dollar is on the high level. See, now they the richest people in the world, and they can do whatever. You got to have an American banking account, two American banking accounts if you're trying to do some trade and run a business. So they don't, even the people, just like the William Casey say, the people in America, and they ain't finna know nothing. We gonna have them so confused, man. See, because he was head of the CIA, and then this man, 80 or 70 years old, when he say I'm finna expose they behind, they talking about he done went out there and trying to kayak at 11 or 12 o'clock at night. This 80-year-old man working for the CIA, the director, he might have been a former director, but they trying to say the man that went out there and tried to kayak at 12 o'clock at night, man, and he drowned. So you already know what that's all about. And they got a movie about it. I forget the name of this movie. I'm thinking it's the one with Denzel Washington, where the mama was brainwashing her son, and she made the son go out there and kill one of these senators or officials while he was kayaking. Turned the boat over and went out there and strangled the man. Or he was in a canoe or something, man. And he went out there and choked the man and drowned him. See, they show you the truth in the movies, man. But anyway, let's go to Ezekiel 35. Because Ezekiel shows why the Lord is telling us to prophesy against his kingdom, but he gonna be specific of what kingdom. Because Jeremiah, he really wasn't naming them like that until he got to Jeremiah 49. But in Ezekiel 35, he identified what kingdom is gonna be oppressing the world. And he's saying prophesy against this specific kingdom. This Ezekiel 35, starting at verse 2, it says, Son of man, set your face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Okay? He's saying, put your face against these Edomites and prophesy against it. Now let's go ahead and get that Mount Seir, Genesis 36, just in case somebody might not know what we're talking about. Genesis 36 and 8, it says, and thus dwell Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. So Mount Seir is talking about the Edomites. So back to Ezekiel 35. Mind you, this Ezekiel 35 connected to Jeremiah 2 because he said the same thing, but he just said it in a different way. He didn't say any names. But Ezekiel 35 saying names. This is Ezekiel 35 and 3. It say, and say unto it, thus says the Lord God, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against you, and I will stretch out my hand against you, and I will make you most desolate. See, and he's talking about all the lands of the Edomites. See, Russia, Germany, France, Spain, and mainly Babylon the Great, America. See, he's going to stretch out his hand against this wicked nation, wicked kingdom that's oppressing everybody. Now, let me get that Jeremiah and show you. He's saying the same thing in Jeremiah, but what Jeremiah, he didn't name names, but he said it exactly how Ezekiel said it. This is Jeremiah 51 and 25. He says, behold, I am against you, O destroying mountain. Okay, I think the rain done stopped. O destroying mountain. It says the Lord, which destroyeth all the world. And I will stretch out my hand upon you and roll you down from the rocks and will make you most desolate. So Ezekiel and Jeremiah is saying these Edomites, Mount Seir, is destroying the whole earth, the so-called white man. See, to be specific, because the Lord make it plain. This is the exact same thing that was said in Ezekiel. And let's go back to Ezekiel 35 because the main point is in 5. Yeah, he destroying the whole earth, but who else is he destroying? This is Ezekiel 35 and 5. It says, because you have had a perpetual hatred and have shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity. See, when he put us to serve our enemies, he didn't tell us them to kill us. See, he didn't tell us them to kill us by the force of the sword. We were supposed to be serving them. That's why he said in Genesis 25 and 23, he said the elder shall serve the younger, because that younger was going to have to serve the elder first. And that means serve. Not the elder shall kill the younger by the sword and shed his blood. See, when they came over here to these Americas, they were slaughtering the Native American Indians, man, scalping them for gold pieces. You scalp you an Indian, bring his hair back to the freaking sheriff, he'll give you a piece of gold. See, and then they was telling the man he can't have more than one woman. He gonna take the man women and tell him to go just hit the road, and the man can only have one woman. Then what else he did? Now, mind you, this is about 70 million, and that's a rough draft. So there ain't no telling how many Native Americans he was slaughtering, who was the northern kingdom of the children of Israel, the 10 lost tribes that was banished first. Then the southern kingdom got brought over here. That's the from the west coast of Africa, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And that through that whole 300, 400 year operation, they killed and murdered about 100 million. So he way over the limit when it comes to the blood. Now let's go to Numbers 35 and 33. See, a lot of people, they had these church people. They got all the Negroes standing on one side, and then they got the white folks in the church bowing down, praying to the Lord for forgiveness. But see, they don't understand how the Lord operates, man. Because they begging the Lord to forgive them for their forefathers. But see, the Lord don't operate like that. See, he a whole nother spirit. And he set a foundation. That's why I'm going to read this Numbers 35. Numbers 35 and 33 says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. Talking about Babylon the Great America, to be specific. For the blood, it defileth the land. So when you shedding the blood of the Native American, it's defiling all of this land. All of the land that the Native Americans was living on, you got their blood on that land defiling it. He says, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So you can't join a Christian church and go to bowing down crying, talking about, Lord, please forgive us for what our forefathers did. See, that ain't gonna cut it. The Lord don't operate that way. He say blood for blood, and ain't nothing changed just because Yahweh shall come down and had made a sacrifice for his people. But this is what the Edomites will tell you that crap. Now, let's get it out of Isaiah 2. See, these prophecies, this is a testimony of Yahweh, not no freaking Christian Catholic dogma. This Isaiah 14 and 21, it says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. See, once they defiled the land with the blood of the Native Americans, and these Negroes, they hanging on trees like fruit. See, strange fruit. These Mexicans, they was hanging on trees. See, they weren't just hanging Negroes, they were hanging Mexicans too, man. They was hanging the Northern Kingdom just as much as they was hanging these Negroes. It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Because Esau gonna lie his way to the top. See, he gonna kill his way to the top, and he gonna lie his way to the top. So he got to be taken off the map. He got to be fully put in submission. Now let's go back to Ezekiel 35, because he let you know right in the same verse that it's talking about the Edomites. This is Ezekiel 35 and 15. It says, as thou did rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel. He told Esau, he told his mom, Jacob and Esau's mother, that the children, one would have to serve the other. And so this is what that inheritance means. They inherited Jacob. It says, as thou did rejoice at the inheritance of Jacob, they inherited Jacob and his land. It says, because it was desolate, so will I do unto you. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea. See, he's not going to let nobody get away just because they want to join a Christian church or Jehovah's Witness or some Muslim mosque. See, just because they want to scream out a name, Jesus, Jesus. And Yahweh already told them, you can scream out my name all you want, but if you live in a wicked life, I don't even know you, man. He says, all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. See, they gonna know, and they starting to know even more when they see their economy going down. This American dollar is being crushed by these other nations. But see, that Jacob's trouble, that's when the Negroes is gonna know. That's when the Hispanics is gonna know. See, because they not running no kingdom. They not into politics. They not controlling industries. See, they don't really understand what's going on. See, they just following their slave master and his philosophy in the Christian church. But see, the so-called white men and the Edomites, the elites, they know what's going on. Let's go ahead and get that. Jeremiah 16 and 19. This could go for Israelites and Edomites, but it's mainly going for these Edomites of today. It's Jeremiah 16 and 19. It say, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. So they saying, man, we done inherited lies because this place is finna be bankrupt. It's $33 trillion in debt. See, a person barely can make $1 million in their lifetime, and they ain't finna pay nobody back. They're not paying off that debt. Oh, and then it says $1 trillion. The interest on the debt that they got is $1 trillion every day. So you're not paying this stuff back. Now, let's get this Ezekiel 38. Ezekiel 38 showing how this same nation is over there in Russia. It's saying the same exact thing because Russia and America is the two major powers, but they are part of the same nation. Look at Ezekiel 38. Mind you, we were just in Ezekiel 35, so it's just keeping elaborating about these Edomites. This is Ezekiel 38 verse 2. It says, Son of man, set your face against God, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. So he said, not only do you prophesy about the whole nation, prophesy about the Russians, because the Russians playing a key role in prophecy. Putin and his allies. He says, verse 3, and say, Thus says the Lord God, Behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. So he's saying, just because y'all, I'm going to use y'all to destroy these other Edomites. See, and when I destroyed America by y'all nuclear missiles, I'm still against you Russians. He says, prophesy against them. So they not on the Lord's side just because he want to go in the vault and bring out a black Jesus. So-called black Jesus. Now, verse 4, it says, I will turn you back and put hooks into your jaws and will bring you forth and all your army, horses and horsemen, all them clothed with swords and armor, even great company with buckler and shield, and all them handling sword. So that's why he over there in Korea, he done gave them a nuclear missile. And they going down there and invading the South Korea. Because North Korea, they didn't deal with nobody. So they going down there into South Korea, invading them. Now, let's see here. He gonna start naming them. This is Ezekiel 38 and 5. Persia. Persia is the, what you call it, the Iranians. In 1935, this is when they adopted that name Iran or Iranian. Then you got Ethiopia. We know them, the Hamites. Libya with them and all them with shield and helmet. Gomer, well, that's the Hamites. But let me jump down to 7 and get to the point and say, but thou prepare and thou, Salakia, verse 7. Be thou prepared and prepare for yourself, you and all your company that are assembled unto you, and be thou a guard unto them. So he's a guard unto these other nations, North Korea, China, who else? You got the Arabs all together, Iran. And so he's giving them nuclear weapons, and he's been a guard to them. He's not going to let too much go on with them. So this is how that World War III is going to go down. And let me get that in Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 1, verse 18. Salaki. This Zechariah chapter 1, verse 18, it said, Then lifted I up my eyes and saw, and behold, 4 horns. And I said unto the angel that talked with me, What be these? And he answered me, These are the horns which have scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem. So that's talking about the French, the Spanish, the Dutch, the Portuguese, the British. Now verse 20, he says, and the Lord showed me for carpenters. See, that's the opposition. It used to be the Soviet Union, but now it's the Russian Union. See, Russian and his allies, or Putin and his allies. He says, verse 21, then said I, what come these to do? And he spake, saying, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, that no man did lift up his head, but these are come to fray them. So the four carpenters is coming to fray the four horns. That's the four horns pretty much gonna be the Americas, because NATO is gonna switch out and join Russia. It says, but these are come to fray them, to cast out the horns of the Gentiles, which lifted up their horn over the land of Judah, to scatter it. So this is clearly talking about World War III. And these people, these Edomites fighting against each other. Now, what we had, you got Jacob's trouble. Let me get that in Jeremiah. This Jeremiah 30:7, it says, at last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. So there's no other day gonna be like Jacob's trouble. You see, that's that great tribulation which is gonna be happening in Babylon and in these countries where the Israelites is at. It says, it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay, so this is what Yahushua is talking about in Matthew 24, when the disciples asked him, when shall the end of the world come, and what's going to be the sign of your coming? What's going to be happening when you come? Mind you, let me get Matthew 1:21 to set the foundation. This is what his omen is. He says, this is Matthew 1:21, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua, for he shall save his people from their sins. Now this is not talking about just any people or his believers and all this crap, because in the next chapter, what is it, verse 6, it says, and thou this is Matthew 2:6, and thou Bethlehem in the land of Judah art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of you shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. See, this is who he's coming to save. So let's go back to Matthew 24. Let's see, starting at 21. This is in red letter. This is Yahushua talking. He say, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. So Yahushua, he's not talking about something different than Jacob's trouble. See, Jacob's trouble is going to be like none other. You can't compare it. Same thing when he said about the great tribulation. It's going to be something that nobody can compare to. You can't compare no other day. Let's let Daniel break it down, because see, Daniel talks about the same thing. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And Daniel was more clear in his talking about Jacob's trouble. This Daniel 12:1, it said, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of your people, And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. So since the nation of Israel was done got together or became a nation, they haven't had any trouble like what's going to come in Jacob's trouble. It says, and at that time your people, see, not no Christian church or some believers, he's telling Daniel, an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, your people shall be delivered. Now what does Yahweh mean? It means he delivered. See, he saves. Or Yahweh delivers or Yahweh saves. It says, your people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. So he gonna deliver the Israelites. Now let's go back to Matthew. Matthew 24, starting at verse 22, it says, except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. So Yahweh is coming to save these people from this great tribulation, save Jacob from the great tribulation. That's why he said it's going to be like a day never before, and Yahweh going to have to come, cut the days short, and save them, because if he don't come, they're going to be destroyed. See, why do you need to be saved? Because it's going to be a great tribulation that's going to try to destroy you. It says, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be short. So he's saying he going to come to save people that is finna be destroyed, that's in great trouble. Let's get out of Isaiah 59. And this is why the truth is important, because this ain't just some belief stuff. This is salvation, man. This is being saved from the extermination operation that these Edomites got going on. See, and the Lord gonna let them unleash they fury and their anger out on the 2/3 Negroes that's running around America and on the Israelites. This is Isaiah 59 and 19. It says, so shall the fear of the name of the Lord from the west, Salaki, let me start over. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood. Who is the enemy that's going to come in like a flood? It ain't going to be a bunch of Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. See, you only get a handful of them that'll join these people military knowing what they finna do. Especially on their own people. That's why they bringing in these other nations. It says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, talking about the so-called white man, and these heathens that they bring it, letting flood the border, say the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Now what that standard is going to be lifted up? Verse 20 going to tell you what standard is going to be lifted up. It says, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion. See? But he not coming to save all Israelites. It's going to elaborate. And unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, says the Lord. So the ones that's trying to not transgress the law of Moses, which was given to him by the finger of God on Mount Sinai. See, the Lord wrote these these laws down for Moses. Moses just didn't come up with some clever laws. This is get verse 21. It says, this is Isaiah 59 and 21. As for me, this is my covenant with them, says the Lord, my spirit that is upon you, and my words which I have put in your mouth, shall not depart out of your mouth, nor out of the mouth of your seed, nor out of the mouth of your seed, says the Lord, from henceforth and forever. So he putting the words in the Israelites' mouth forever. Y'all need to add this verse to my previous video. He's giving his word to the Israelites and their children. And he made a covenant with them forever, an everlasting covenant. That's what that John 3:16 is talking about, an everlasting life. Because it's an everlasting covenant that the Lord is making with his obedient children. Now, let's see here. Let's get some more on that Jacob's trouble, man. Second Ezra, chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 1 and say, Behold, speak thou into the ears of my people the words of prophecy. So that's what he doing. He putting prophecy in our mouth. He says, which I will put in your mouth, says the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So he calls the words that's written down in them 80 books, he calls them to be written down. See, somebody just didn't come up with some clever sayings and come up with some plan. Now, let's see here. Let me get to the point. I'm going to jump down to verse 16. Because this is what's going to pop off in Babylon the Great America. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their place. That's where you get civil unrest. See, you're going to have civil unrest because these Negroes is not having it. If they try to implement a draft, that's going to cause all kind of confusion and drama. And then if not only the draft, when this food start running out, because when the war pop off, they use the majority of the food to feed the soldiers. That's what these young people don't know, because they ain't never been doing no war. See, World War I will teach you that lesson. World War II will teach you that lesson. Well, these people were on these pictures where they were trying to say that Hitler was trying to burn the people up. They was dying over famine, man. They was dying because the train couldn't bring in the food. So they was all starving out. This is what was going on with the Nazis in World War II. Now this 2 Ezra 15 and 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. They're going to have roadblocks, like on the movie Civil War. You just not going to ride up in the city, man. They're going to have people on the roof, and they're going to be guarding what's going on in that city. They're going to lock that city down. This verse 18 talking about Babylon the Great, America mainly, but all the Edomite countries, the 10 kings. It says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. See, hardcore men gonna be like a pregnant woman, crying and holding their stomach in fear, like the guy on the Civil War when he saw his friends get shot point blank and thought he was finna get shot. He once he finally got to safety, he's sitting around holding his groin, crying like a baby, gnashing his teeth and agonizing and trauma. He was traumatized. Now, let's see here. Verse 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. It's breaking down that Jacob's trouble. but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. See, if they get to drafting all these people, you're going to have food shortages. That's what's going to cause even more drama in the streets. And that great tribulation, or that Jacob's trouble, going to reach a height that people can't even imagine, because it was never a day like that, especially in America, man. And they got shows about that. I just watched it called Interstellar with, I forget his name. But anyway, the food was lacking. So the job that they want everybody to do, or the men to do, was to be a farmer, because the food was running out. And they said the armies was destroyed. See? So when the war pop off and all the armies are destroyed, or the people is going off the war, now you only got the land, and the food is going to be running out. This is how the Jacob's trouble going to be. And these so-called small hat people that be making these movies, that got the Hollywood on lock, they know what's going on in the scriptures, man. And they the ones making these movies because they've been researching our history, and they seeing that our prophets know what they talking about. And they just making movies about what our prophets was saying and breaking down. Now this is 2nd Ezra 16. It's gonna tell you why when they start drafting these people, what's gonna happen. Why is the famine gonna be there when they go to drafting all these women and men? What's gonna happen? Let's go 22. I'm gonna start with 22, because that's gonna be the climax. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 22. It says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So if they escape the hunger, they're going to be destroyed by the nuclear holocaust. If they get drafted, it's going to be a chain reaction. That's what's going to make the famine. But it's going to explain how this famine going to come. See, it ain't going to be something like they trying to say, oh, they engineering the famine. No, the war is going to be pushing the famine on the situation. But let the scriptures break it down. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 23. It says, and the dead shall cast out the dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. So all the men that went to war and got drafted, and who gonna be the farmers? See? Who gonna have the farmland? Who gonna be getting the food ready? The women and the children are not finna go and get this farm stuff ready, man. You need men for this. Verse 25, it say, the trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. See, they're gonna run out of men. So once you draft all these people and send them to war, what you got left? You got nobody to till the earth and bring forth the food, so that's going to cause the famine. And the men that don't go over there, they going to be the ones ravaging these houses, destroying these houses. See, a lot of these young men that don't go to the draft, they going to be running through the city, destroying everything. It says, let me read 26 again. The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. See, they're going to draft these men. That's why he told them, let's go to Joel 3, and starting at verse 9, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. So they're going to draft all these people, and it's going to be no men to farm the land, to get the food, to prepare the food, to run the food operation. And so that's how the famine is going to sweep through this place, because they're going to start drafting all these people to go fight that war, because the Lord said, gather all the men of war, and he going to send Abraham into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Let's go ahead and get that. See, he going to draft these people. They just did a bill and passed a law and said we going to start drafting these people, but they don't want to go. Look at Joel 3 and 2. It say, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, who they have scattered among the nations and have parted my land. So during slavery, they done sold the Israelites, stole their land, and now they gonna have to pay for it. But he said he gonna gather all nations into the valley of Jehoshaphat. So he gonna gather these men of war, and he gonna send Abraham over there to the valley of Jehoshaphat. This is how that famine is gonna get cultivated, because you sending these people off to a whole nother land. You're drafting the men, you're drafting the women, whoever you draft. The men that's able-bodied men, you drafting them. See, and it's gonna be a small number of men that ain't gonna be able to cultivate the food. See, they're not gonna have a desire to cultivate the food. It's gonna be a food shortage instantly. And let's go ahead and get it. Let's see, yeah, that was the main point. But let's go to verse 12 before I go to verse 11 and 12. Let me get 11 and 12. This Joel 3, 11 and 12 say, assemble yourselves and come all you heathen, and gather yourselves round about. Thither cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. See, he's going to send these people to the valley of Jehoshaphat when he start this drought, and then you're finna have a food shortage. But let's get it out of 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra 6, and start with 20 to let you know what time this is talking about. This it says, 2nd Ezra 6 and 20, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished. So the disciples was asking Yahushua, when is the end of the world is going to come? What's going to be the sign of you coming? He said it's going to be wars and rumors of war. See? And he said it's going to be a day of trouble. See? And it's going to be so bad, I got to come and save the elect, because everybody going to die if I don't save the elect. Because it's going to be war. They're going to be sending people off to these wars, and it's going to be a great famine that's going to come over the place, and the people going to drop dead due to the great famine. So he say, where is it? Oh, in Matthew 24 and 7, he say famine. See, the famine is going to be the backbreaker, and it's going to be the war that's going to cause the famine, because they're going to send the people off to war, and the scriptures say who's going to be able to bring forth the food? Who's going to prepare this food for everybody to eat if all the men of war went off into the valley of Jehoshaphat and been drafted over there? So who's going to get the food ready? But let's go to verse 22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. See, they're going to go to war, and then them storehouses and stores going to start to come up empty, because they sending all the food to the warriors, yeah, but to the soldiers, they sending all the food to them. It says, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And what is a storehouse? A storehouse is a place where you store up all the food, because that's what he's talking about. He said, suddenly shall the sown places. when you sow something in the ground, I mean you planting a seed so some food can come out. So they gonna come empty and the store gonna become empty. He says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall suddenly be afraid. So they gonna hear, man, the stores is empty. We don't got no more food. They done sent all the food over there with these soldiers after they done drafted all these people. And now we gonna be starving out. So now they finna start fighting each other. Verse 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. So they gonna be fighting each other, man, because there ain't gonna be no food for everybody to eat. So now we all like crabs in a bucket trying to fight over one piece of chicken. I want that piece of meat. See, when you see two dogs and you put a plate of food out for two dogs that's hungry, them two dogs gonna get to trying to kill each other, man. They gonna be biting and scratching. You get two dogs and they hungry, you give one bowl to one dog. One dog got the bowl, but the other dog finna come and tear his head off, man. He gonna be growling the whole time. And the one dog, he gonna be finger itching. He gonna have his finger on the trigger because he's looking at over his back, looking at how this dog gonna try to eat his behind or steal his food. So he growling the whole time. Like, you come close to my food, I'm gonna kill you. And that's how these people gonna be in America, man. Because they gonna send these people off. They did it during all these other wars. And Russia already drafting their people. Korea drafting their people. China and all these places drafting their citizens into this war because this is what the Lord is talking about. And they've been back in 2006, back in 2019, they already knew that the war was coming. 2020, they knew it was no return. It's a guaranteed war that's going to pop off, and there's no return. You're not returning back to normal. See, it's only going to escalate into a greater war. See, all the experts, not a Mama Luke and a babbling idiot. See, the people that's experts telling you there's no return. Then the General McCarter or whatever his name, all he keep talking about is, man, it's gonna happen. NATO is not turning on Russia, and you Americans ain't finna have no election. This is gonna go down way before the election. See, this is what they top generals is talking about. Surprised he's still alive. Because he only saying this because it just looked outrageously like this is the certified war that's gonna pop off. Then you got these preppers on their pages. They got emergency alert. I'm talking about they've been saying emergency alert for about 2 weeks. Emergency alert, emergency alert. See, they on they podcast going extra hard while the news is talking about Trump in a court case because the CIA is running those news stations and they're a bunch of liars, man. That's why Trump got out there and say fake news, because he knew he was gonna ruffle everybody feather. Say that's fake news, you listening to them idiots, man. The people are knowing what's going on. They're looking at the situation. And we seeing that Russia is shooting missiles at Ukraine, blowing up the people. The small hats over there in the land, Holy Land, blowing up the darn Arab. And these news people ain't talking about nothing, man. They talking about a court case with Trump. Trump went to jail. Man, nobody don't care about that man going to jail. Do you not know it's a major war going on? Why are you talking about somebody going to jail? Trump, he went to jail and he got persecuted. Shut up. Nobody's trying to hear that crap, man. Because they is ruling with deceit. Let me get Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. See, the people ain't rejoicing because the people that's in authority, they pushing out false information, fake news, lying to the people, and the people is in mourning. See, they can't even have hope for nothing because the idiots is sitting around playing games with them. It says, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So the people mourning, man, they saying, what the world is going on? Something got to be going on. Ain't no way in the world you got these people going to war and the news ain't even talking about it. The news supposed to be talking about this thing 100 miles per hour. See, we finna draft these men. We finna get ready for the war. We building tanks, we building weapons. We need y'all to donate to the war. See, we finna build a bomb shelter. See, they ain't doing none of that. They on the news talking about this man going to jail. This man being sued for this situation, that situation. They talking about a P. Diddy. See, they got Diddy on the news more than the freaking war people. So you already know that the wicked is in rulership and authority.
But how you doing, man?
What's up?
You a YouTuber?
Not really.
TikToker?
No, not really. So let's go with let's see here. Let me get Psalm 137. and 3. But this is what they trying to do. They got Kendrick Lamar and Drake. See, they got them beefing with each other when they work for the same small hat man. See, they run the music industry to hypnotize everybody with that damn music. This Psalm 137 and 3, it say, for there, talking about Babylon the Great, there they that carried us away captives required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. See, sing us one of them songs that y'all be singing with each other. We want y'all to sing one of them songs. Give us one of them rap songs. Oh, y'all be beefing with each other. Go ahead and beef with each other and sing one of them songs so we can distract everybody. See, we don't want people thinking about the war and thinking about the dollar crashing. We don't want these people thinking about that. Because they know the minds of the people dictate how much money they going to make. Now, I'm going to jump down to verse 7 and say, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, see, these Edomites is running Babylon the Great. It says, who are to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that reward you as you have served us. So the Yahushua is going to be that ultimate person that's going to reward these Edomites who's running Babylon the Great in the whole world, reigning over the kings of the earth. He's going to reward them. Let's get Jeremiah 49. It says it in detail. Because this is also what was being quoted by Luke in Luke 21. But let's get it out of Jeremiah first to show how he just quoting a prophecy, man. It says, behold, he shall come up and fly as an eagle. See, he gonna fly as the eagle because now he gonna have the ultimate power. See, the so-called white man is the eagle because he got the power right now. But Yahushua finna be the eagle. It says, and spread his wings over Basra. See, now Basra is talking about Babylon the Great, America. It says, and at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pain. Now watch how Yahushua in Luke says the same exact situation. He just don't name no names. He just didn't give no names to what it was about, but he was telling you about the people fainting due to him coming. Because he said he gonna be over Basra. Just like that on Independence Day, they showed that UFO pop up in the sky. And when you seen the UFO, everybody stopped. They show Will Smith. He was in the military, so I think he was asleep. And so the son came in there talking about, hey, it's something outside in the sky. So the mama, both of them, the mama was in the kitchen somewhere, Vivica Fox, she went and looked up and seen it. So he finally came out and grabbed the newspaper, then he looked up and seen the big old UFO. He said, oh snap, so he getting ready to run to the military and help these military people. This is how these folks gonna be when they see Yahweh Shah hit that sky. This is Luke 21. I'm gonna start at 25. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity and the sea and the waves roaring. Verse 26, it says, men's heart failing them for fear, for they looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of the earth, of the heaven, shall be shaken. That's why it says the men of Edom, because the Edom got the power. Edom is the ultimate power, they the ultimate eagle. See, that's why they got the eagle on the back of the dollar. Because the eagle is the animal that's got that power. Now it says in verse 27, and then they shall see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And that cloud is talking about that big old ship. Just like on Independence Day, he had that big ship in the sky. That's how he coming. He gonna come with that ship, and then the mighty men of Edom, talking about the so-called white man, they gonna be like a woman in her pain. See, a pregnant woman holding their stomach. Oh Lord, they gonna be scared to death. See, this is how, that's gonna be the climax of Jacob's trouble, because he coming to save the Israelites. He's not coming to save no Christian church, Jehovah's wickedness, or no Muslim mosque. He's not worried about none of these people. The Israelites that's repented and came back to their nationality and keeping the law, this is the people he gonna come after. Let's get it in Revelations 12. Revelation 12, I'm gonna get 12. I'm gonna start with verse 12. It's Revelation 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know that he has but a short time. So they, like I said, they know that they got a short time, because you seeing them prepare for the situation. See, the regular Edomite and the regular black, Hispanic, and Native American who just a slave to the Edomite, they don't know what the heck going on, man. They sitting around trying to make some money, work triple, double shifts, and try to make some money when the place is falling down. The place is on fire. They painting the walls. See, they making out here trying to make everything look pretty when the place on fire. But I'm gonna jump down to 17. It says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, talking about the Israelites, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, just those elect Israelites. What those elect Israelites gonna be doing? It says, which kept the commandments of God and have the testimony of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. So they keeping the commandments and they having the testimony, the spirit of prophecy. They understanding the prophecy. See, they're not confused about, you bring out some prophecies, they say, well, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know what you're talking about. No, they not that type. They the type that's gonna know the prophecies when it come out. They gonna know the prophecies from front to back. These are the people that the Lord is dealing with. He's not dealing with no person talking about the law is done away with and we can do whatever we want. So we gonna see. Let's get Ecclesiastes 39 and 1. He says, this is explaining the life of Israelite, man. Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 39, verse 1, and say, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof. So he meditating on the law of Moses, not on the law of Christ, some Christian dogma mess. He says, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy. See, he occupied in the prophecies that Yahweh was bringing out. The great famine, the great tribulation, Jacob's trouble. These are the prophecies he's talking about. World War III. See, they looking at what's going to happen. Oh, they gathering up the soldiers to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and it's going to cause a great famine. It's going to cause a great tribulation, where people are going to be fighting and killing each other. Okay, let's see. And let's get that big, great prophecy of these Edomites knowing that their time is up. And Revelation chapter 6 is telling you all about how they know their time is up, and they getting great wrath. They becoming angry because they know their time is up. So we finna do something. They gonna do something because they know their time is up. What's one of the main things they finna do because they know their time is up? It's two things, but before they do the last thing is to run and hide, they gonna do something. Now this break it down. It says Revelation 6 and 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red. Edom means red. This is the nation of Edom, the so-called white man. It says, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. See, Edom is the border of wickedness. The earth was given into the hand of the wicked. Okay? It says, and that they shall kill one another. So their kingdom gonna fall because they're gonna be killing one another, Russia and America. It says, and there was given unto him a great sword. See, nuclear weapons, biological weapons, psychological weapons. See, all of this was given to Esau. The television, that's a psychological weapon. The CDC, they coming out with all kind of biological weapons on the people, or trying to create one. Then you got the nuclear weapon. You got Putin creating all kind of weapons, passing it out to his allies. See, Trump and Putin, Biden lying, talking about they got some weapons. They ain't got nothing, man. It's a bunch of what you call it, the LP, the alphabet peoples in the military, man. They ain't coming up with no weapons. They in the alphabet parade, dancing around and acting like a woman. when Putin and them Russians, they serious, man. They coming with major weapons and they doing major military wars. Now verse 5 is gonna show you what they gonna do when they see that everything coming to an end. It says, and when this is Revelation 6 and 5, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see, and I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Now that pair of balances goes into a yoke. See, he got some kind of yoke he finna put on the people, man. He not finna just go off into the sunset and hide somewhere and let the people go off and mind their business. No. He gonna try to put a yoke on the people before he have to go and hide. So he said that black horse, and that black horse represent wickedness, man. Just like with Edom means the border of wickedness, he gonna get to the height of his wickedness when he trying to make everybody his slave and put a yoke on the world. And let me get that in Ezekiel 28. It says, this is Ezekiel 28 and 2. It says, son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus. Now that Tyrus is still representing the Edomites because the prophets talked in similitude. They called the Edom the daughter of Babylon. They called Edom Egypt. See, they call Edom major kingdoms as an example. So he said, thus says the Lord God, because your heart is lifted up, and you have said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not God, though you set your heart as the heart of God. See, they're going to try to put a yoke on all the people just because they got power. That's what the WEF or whatever the heck they be calling themselves, the World Economic Forum. See, they're going to use their economic situation and their power to try to block everybody down and put a yoke on all the people. That's that C-hip and that charagma in Revelation 13. Now, let's see here. Read verse 3, it say, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel, there is no secret that they can hide from you. He want to put a device, a tracking device on all the people, a yoke and a tracking device. It says, with your wisdom and with your understanding you have gotten the riches. See, it's going to be these elite bankers that got all the power. They running the bank system, and they got so much power and wealth, now they can run everything and pay everybody off to do what they say. It says, and have gotten gold and silver into your treasures. By your great wisdom and by your traffic have ye increased your riches, and your heart is lifted up because of your riches. So he think he God because he running the money system. See, he think he God because he done united with his people and came up with a plan to use the money situation to enslave everybody. That's why they got the movie called Anon, where the people got the device in their brain and they can communicate and look at people's history in the freaking brain. They got everybody tracked. The police got the tracker on the brain and everything, man. The movie called A-N-O-N, Anon. So let's go back to Revelation 6. Because once he put that yoke on the people, then he gonna see that yoke just finna get his behind in more trouble. And he know the trouble coming anyway, but he gonna try to put the yoke on the people. So after he accomplished that operation, well, even way before he accomplished that, this is what they doing right now. To let you know, they know what's coming. It says, starting at verse 15 is Revelation 6. And the kings of the earth and the great men and rich men and the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens. That's them nuclear bunkers, them bomb shelters. See, they building bomb shelters in Russia. They got them in Sweden. See, they got bomb shelters all over the place. What you got, the guy, what's his name? The Facebook, Zuckerberg got $150 million bunker. See, they making major bunkers trying to hide from the Lord. This verse 16, it says, and said unto the mountains and the rocks, fall on us, hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? So they saying they can see the day done came. They been knowed about it. They got Albert Pike talking about World War III. They got all of their great evangelists and preachers, I'm gonna say popular because they're not great, but are popular, or they great liars. All of the popular preachers been telling them what's gonna happen in the World War III coming. Now, let's see here. Let's touch on this Revelation 13 and 16. It says, and he called all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So that mark, he calls all, okay, to receive the mark. Verse 17, that no man might buy or sell. No man might buy or sell, save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Now when you go to Revelation 16, it breaks down what that mark is. I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men that had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. So a grievous sore falling on the people. What is that? Some kind of cancerous sore from putting some device in your hand or in your head. That's why they tried to put something in the man's head and the thing detached. So they had to start over and go back to the drawing board. So they got a 5-year trial that they putting on the people. Elon Musk, and trying to say, okay, we're gonna give you 5 years to test this thing out. And then on them putting the C-hip in folks' hand, that's been going on, man, forever, man. They just perfecting the situation, and they writing all of these laws. Let's get that. Psalms 94 and 21. It says, they gathered them, no, not verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frame mischief by a law? So they're going to put it in law that you got to have this device in your hand. You got to put the device in your head, one or the other. You're not going to be able to buy or sell unless you put this device in your behind, man. This is how they going to work it. See, it's going to be in their laws. And they already passing laws with the military. You got to join the military. Then one lady said they already gave the military soldiers the thing in their hand. She in the store saying, we was in the when I was in the military, they made us put some device in us and some crap. So they already making the soldiers do it. They just gonna take it from there and put it to the regular citizen. And that's their desperate move to try to survive that destruction that's coming to their behind. But it's not gonna work. Now let's get some more. Let's see here. Let me get 15, Revelation 15, and showing how this is a specific mark that's gonna be on the people, and the ones that resisted, they gonna be able to escape. This is Revelation 15 and 2. It says, and I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten a victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of God. So if they don't get the victory over this thing, whatever he put that mark in them, it's a wrap. Now this is in Exodus 21 and 6. It says, it's Exodus 21 and 6. Then his master shall bring him unto the judges, he shall also bring him to the door or to the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. See, that's what that mark is all about. They're going to put that device in you so you can be their slave forever. See? And it's a spiritual situation. That's why I say the law is spiritual. Because the Lord is going to cause them to do it to these wicked individuals that who ain't paying attention to nothing. That's walking around enjoying their time. See, and then next thing you know, they're going to hear, oh, you got to go down there and get that thing put in you. Let's go ahead and get it in Job 21. Job 21, Salaki, Job 20. I'm going to start at verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. See, he gonna start eating, man. He gonna have these people all in his mouth, chewing and eating they behind. See, they don't know that this thing is talking about a physical situation that the devil is gonna try to put on you. They talking about something spiritual, and it's talking about sin and all this other crap. You're gonna find out that this man is the certified devil, and he's been operating the same way, mandating this and mandating that. You got to put this poison in you, and next thing you know, you're dropping dead from a blood clot. See, because you want to trust the devil. Now, let's see here. And let's get the climax, finish the climax of World War III. See, one day gonna go over there and get drafted into the Valley of Jehoshaphat, but what's gonna happen to Babylon? See, Jacob's trouble is gonna end, because if he don't come back and take these Israelites up out of Babylon, they're gonna have to suffer the punishment. And let me get that. This is Revelation 18:4. It says, and I heard a voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God has remembered her iniquity. So he's saying, come out. So he's going to have to bring them out and rescue them, because if he don't, they're going to be destroyed with the rest of them. And how are they going to be destroyed? This is Revelation 17:16. It says, and the 10 horns which you saw upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked. See, NATO. That's why that top general, he say, NATO has never joined America, man. They're going to join Russia at the end of the day. He says, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. So he's going to burn Babylon the Great with fire, because their sins done reached up to heaven. They having freaking Pride Month. You having pride parades all over the place with rainbows flying, men with thongs and dresses on. See, the Lord finna come through here just like he came through Sodom and Gomorrah, and he set Sodom and Gomorrah on fire. He's gonna do that same way, and he might do it when they're having some kind of pride parade. But he says that come out of her, my people, because you don't want to get the punishment that this place is finna get. You don't want to receive her plagues. It's Revelation 18 and 8. It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Death and mourning and famine. See, the famine gonna hit. They gonna send off these soldiers. The famine gonna hit. He gonna try to implement some kind of mandatory operation during this period of time. See, and then all hell gonna break loose, and the Lord is gonna have to come before those missiles is shot off, and He gonna have to save His people. That's Revelation 11 and 11. Let's get the climax. Well, 11 and 12, it says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. See, that's why they were standing on the sea of glass looking down. It says, and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. So they was up in the sky looking down at Babylon the Great America, and Babylon had done been mingled with fire all around. Why? Let's get 13. It says, in the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. So the nuclear missiles hit, boom, 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 divided the city into 10 parts. It says, and the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to God, to the God of heaven. So this is how Babylon is going to be destroyed in World War III, and Jacob's trouble is going to be raging on. See, they're going to be two situations popping off at the same time. They're going to be sending these guys over there, drafting them, sending them overseas. Then it's going to cause a famine. Then all heck going to break loose in America. Then during the war, they just going to start hitting missiles, man. And then it's going to be a wrap. The Lord going to have to bring the chariots and deliver the Israelites. Let's get it another time. I think in 2nd Ezra 13. Salakia. Umbrella trying to run off. Okay, this 2nd Ezra 13, I think, maybe 14. Nope. Yeah, 2nd Ezra 13. It says, let me start with 6. It says, and I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. That's that nuclear, that UFO that's gonna be in the sky. It's gonna be a huge nuclear, huge UFO covering the whole sky. It says, because he flew up on it. It says, but I would have seen the region of the place where the hill was graven, and I could not. He said, I don't know where this thing came from. It's big as a mountain, but I don't know where did it come from. He says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they that were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid and durst fought. So who trying to subdue Yahushua? Revelation 19 and 19. See, they gonna go to the valley of Jehoshaphat, but while they over there, they gonna see, oh, there go the UFO, or UFOs flying all over the place. It says, verse 19. It says, this Revelation 19 and 19, and I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. So they're going to see the UFOs, they're going to see the army of the heaven, and they're going to try to turn their attention to back to Yahushua. Now, let's go back to 2nd Ezra 13. Okay. 2nd Ezra 13, it says, verse 8, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they were gathered together to subdue him, were so afraid, yet durst fight. So they was afraid when they saw the UFO with Yahushua in it, but they still wanted to fight and subdue him. Like Revelation 19:19 said. Verse 9, and lo, as I saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword or any instrument of war. So out of that UFO gonna be laser beams shooting at these darn people in their little metal plane. Oh Lord, my battery. I'm gonna have to close out. My battery gonna go dead. Let's see here. He need to lift up his sword or whatever. Verse 10 it says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. See that, and he's seeing fire. He probably seeing them lasers. He just saying fire. It says, and out of his lips a flaming breath. Well, fire. They're saying fire. It could be fire coming out the UFO too, like a flame torch. It says, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. So he just seen all kind of stuff coming out the UFO. He says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest. So out of that huge UFO, he gonna see all kind of fire coming out. At these armies over there in the valley of Jehoshaphat, thinking they gonna beat somebody. He says, the multitude which were prepared to fight and burn them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So this is what's gonna happen to the so-called white man. Edom is gonna be destroyed, and he coming with all kind of fire, man. He gonna destroy these people. Let me get one more. Isaiah 66:15. It say, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind. The chariots is talking about the UFO. See, that's the chariots it's talking about. It says, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. See, and the next verse talking about how he gonna kill everybody who gonna with this fire, who eating a nasty filthy pig, see, and who eating a possum and a raccoon and an armadillo. See, country Negroes or these dang backwood bush meat eating Africans or Israelites over there in Africa hanging with the Hamites and eating some darn bush meat, knowing it's a certified rodent rat. But anyway, the Lord gonna come with fire and he gonna defeat these people, man. This is what the people don't understand. You got to be rescued. This is the whole operation. This ain't about, oh, you gonna die, go to heaven to hell. Heaven to hell, man, that's for the old people that were living in the 70s, living in the 80s. That's for them old dust busters. You alive today, man, and you seeing that the Lord is gonna come today. He's not coming 50 years from now when you done died. So you got to get yourself right now. This salvation is going to be a whole nother salvation. Let me get that in Luke. Luke 1, and I'm going to get 71 and 74. It says that we shall be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. 74. That he would grant unto us that we being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, meaning slavery, out of the hand of our enemies might serve him without fear. See, we ain't gonna serve the so-called white man no more. We gonna be serving God. Now, let's see here. Let's get another one. Saved from the enemy. Saved from the enemy. We got into Revelation 11. Yeah, that's the main operation. Yeah, my battery about to go there. Let me get one more. I want to get Daniel.
Where are we going?
Daniel, chapter 7. And then after he saved us, this was going to pop off. Verse 18, it says, this Daniel 7 and 18, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. So we going to take the kingdom. Look at Revelation 21. Revelation 21, it says, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven. Because see, they sitting on the sea of glass that's mingled with fire. They sitting in the sky looking down at Babylon the Great burned with fire. See, and then they going to come down and take the kingdom. It says, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. So the New Jerusalem is talking about the Israelites, that holy city. Let me prove my point. Isaiah 60 and verse 14, to get right to the point. It says, the sons also of them that afflicted you, is Isaiah 60 and 14, shall come bending unto you, and all they that despise you shall bow themselves down at the soles of your feet. And they shall call you the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. So the holy city is talking about the elect that get beamed up. They're going to be prepared as a bride for Yahushua, and that's when they're going to get them new bodies talked about in 1 Corinthians 15 and in Zechariah 12 and 8. They're going to get these new bodies, these spiritual bodies, where they're going to be like the angels of the Lord. And they're going to come down from heaven. That means from the sky. Now they're going to go up there and hang out with God and play chess and checkers. No, they're going to come down from the sky after they got these new bodies. See, then they're going to take the kingdom. And while they sitting around, these people's in the valley of Jehoshaphat trying to fight Yahushua, they're going to be fighting those Israelites that was beamed up with Yahushua. See, and they're going to conquer with Yahushua. Real quick, Jeremiah 51 and 20, it says, you are my battle axe and weapons of war. For with you will I break in pieces the nations, and with you will I destroy kingdoms, and with you will I break in pieces the horse and his rider. So he gonna go on and on, because he telling the Israelites, I'm gonna use you to kick they behind. And that's gonna be the 144,000 rulers that's gonna have new bodies, and they gonna come and take the kingdom from all of these heathens that's ruling right now. Got their own land, military, banks, and all kind of stuff. So let's go to another one. Ezekiel 24 or 25. Ezekiel 25 and 14, it say, I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, says the Lord God. So he gonna call the 144,000. They gonna be in the sky, then they gonna come down from heaven with spiritual bodies and take over the kingdom. That's why they make all these superhero movies, man. Because you're talking about the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that's gonna get superpower. That's what he's talking about. And who making the movies? The small hatters who trying to steal the identity, and they've been knowing the identity their whole life. See? They've been researching and analyzing the identity. So they just telling you the story that's been already told. Verse 17 it said, and I will execute great vengeance upon them that with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, when I shall lay my vengeance upon them. So he gonna put his vengeance on these heathens, and he gonna use the Israelites. They gonna take the kingdom. They gonna take the kingdom from the so-called white man. They gonna take the kingdom from the Chinese man. They gonna take the kingdom from the Arab man. They gonna take the kingdom from the East Indian man. They gonna take the kingdom from the who else? The Hamite man too, cause they got power and kingdoms over there. They got planes and everything, man. So he gonna take the kingdom from all these people. That's what Revelation 11 and 15, Daniel 2 and 22 and 44. He's going to come back and subdue all these kingdoms and set up the kingdom of Israel. That's why in Acts 1 and I think 1 and 6, the disciples was asking what was he going to do? What was he finna do now that he done died and was resurrected? There's Acts 1 and 6, when they therefore were come together, they asked him, talking about the disciples, saying, Lord, will you at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? See, because that's what they hope was. Everything was done, and they said, well, okay, well, now you're going to do what the prophecy say you're going to do. See, now you finna bring the power to us Israelites, because we've been on the bottom. We in the Roman Empire under these Edomites, and they got us in slavery, man. When is you gonna come and give us the kingdom? Because we see that these Romans is ruling everything. So that's the whole breakdown, and I'm gonna leave it there because my battery running dead. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakadash. Double honor to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, descendants of slaves scattered on slave ships and through many captivities. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.